Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to be trying to find a deck that I want to play in the Explorer Qualifier play-in. This Friday is the best of one, following weekend is best of three. Still deciding which format I want to try to play in. We did a video going over the best decks. I featured a green-white auras deck that you can catch as well. And then we're going to be looking at one of the highest win rate decks, probably number 2 right now, behind Rakdos Vampires. This is Abzan Amalia. So we are going to take a look at the deck. It's currently having about a 72% win rate on Untapped. We'll jump into the deck itself. Game mode, there we go. So this is an infinite combo in a way, or near infinite. Basically, you play Amalia, Wild Growth Walker, anything that gains life, Luminarch Veteran, Prosperous Innkeeper, anything of that ilk, and then you keep exploring with Amalia. You gain life every time you explore, which triggers Amalia. It's a loop. Amalia gets 20 power, kills everything else. What you're going to try to do is explore until you can put Aetherflux Reservoir on top of your library, and then just 50 shot your opponent. If you can also do it at instant speed thanks to Court of Calling and Collected Company, so then you just untap and attack with Amalia. You bring stuff back from the graveyard with Return to the Ranks. If you have Dina out, you just drain your opponent out there, like right then and there. The rest of the deck, you have things like Synod Scout that helps you dig, Gilded Goose is ramp, Selfless Savior is some protection, Skyclave Apparition has some removal, Extraction Specialist. So you have a number of one-ofs that you can also tutor with the Court of Calling. There is a card that I was thinking of playing of Dusk, I think. Dusk Shadow is the name. Yeah, so sometimes, especially in best of one, you can play this card as a one-of, and then you can tutor for it, and it basically beats the mirror because they can't gain life, so you can win that way there. So if we're running into a lot of Amalia, then this might be something I want to just main board, get rid of Selfless Savior, put this in here. You'll sometimes also see Merfolk Explore. You'll sometimes see where's the big one? The 3-drop, 3/4, that one enters a battlefield map. Merfolk map. This one. You'll sometimes see Sentinel of the Nameless City also included in the deck. So these are kind of the flex spots. Because you're playing a deck that has tutorable stuff with Silver Bullets, you can really customize it in the way you want. So what we're going to do, I'm going to play a number of different matches with the deck. I am trying out something with the videos. I did it with the Green White Auras one. I did it here. I'm going to cut and do a sample of a couple games just to show how the deck functions. But stay tuned to the end. I will do a full wrap up. As always, you can see all my untapped stats. I will go over the stats. I will give you an honest, transparent feedback. So for the Auras deck, we played 10 games. I gave feedback on that. I featured, I think, 4 or 5 in the video. So I give like a feedback in terms of how it played out, stuff like that. So if you want to kind of get a feel, kind of see with that. With best of one, there's a lot of variability. Just like play draw, you don't get the sideboard, just bad matchups, things didn't work out. Like I had a game I was playing on my iPad yesterday with Vampires, and I went through 2/3 of my deck and didn't hit a Vein Ripper, which would have won me the game. It happens. But we'll stay tuned for the videos. I'll see you then, and then at the end we'll cover the wrap-up. And thanks in advance for watching. Alrighty, jumping into a match now with Amalia. So we want to look for hands that have a Life Gainer, Amalia Wild Growth Walker, or something like a Collected Company. So with this hand here, we're only a Life Gainer away from the combo, with some redundancy in Return to the Ranks, so I think we keep it. We have the potential here to turn 3. A little, yeah, if we draw the Life Gainer, we can win on turn 3. So one thing to note when playing this deck, if you give Wild Growth Walker Indestructible, it creates an infinite loop that you can't break, and the game will go to a draw. You can give Amalia protection, but you can't give Wild Growth Walker protection. So just a little thing to note with that there. So waiting on our opponent here. Do let me know in the feedback if you do enjoy this type of kind of truncated content with like cut videos and stuff like that over kind of the full run. I do like to be transparent with showing wins and losses typically, but I'm open to either avenue in terms of doing so. Looks like mono red wizards. This could be a bit of a tricky matchup. So I think we go Wild Growth this turn. And then set up the combo for next turn. I think we do that. So because Prosperous Innkeeper gives us a life, so if they just go something like a burn spell here, we can get them that way. Notably, this isn't a wizard, so Wizard's Lightning doesn't work. This also has the ability to have Convoke, which is useful. So we'll see how they play this out. Because even if they get through the first wave, I can just bring back everything. Okay, so they're dead. Having played the red deck, like this is a little bit of the problem that I found. Okay, so what happens here? We go for the combo, gain a life. So right now we're just gonna bin everything that's basically not copies, and then we kind of just loop it from there. One thing we were able to do in between, you could sack to keep like a life gainer around if you want, and kind of go from there. But quick one on the board, turn 3 combo on the play. Good start for the deck. All right, jumping into another game. We've had on curve the turn 3 win, which is always very nice. I think this hand is fine. We go first. Open it up with the Selfless Savior. Basically, when you can have 2 combo pieces and ways to dig for the combo, I think it's fairly safe. A lot of mono red so far. This is the 3rd mono red game we've played. We do need to hit a line drop here. So if I do this, that's board for 1. So if we hit a land, we can win. Might be light up the stage on their part, just trying to find lands. Okay, so no lands. They do find Soul Scar. Now, Soul Scar is annoying because it can get around the indestructible. Land. You aren't the land that I wanted. So we'll pass the turn. We can cord next turn. We just gotta stay alive, basically. Keep Wild Growth alive. I figure based on that. Now they could have Skewer the Critics, which looks like they do. Second removal, them hitting Soul Scar is really annoying because it gets them that way to get around it. Otherwise, we have the protection, untap, win. Not hitting a land there is a bit annoying. And then hitting kind of double light up in the first couple draws just can provide them a lot of card advantage. Triple light up, so they're not hitting lands, but they are hitting gas. So 1, 2, 3. I can do it for Amalia on end step. And then, because I can with the treasure convoke. And have skewer. Kind of want to entice them into using a spell here. I can Innkeeper again. I think we just Amalia. We get the life here. This will hopefully help us dig into a land. Probably shouldn't have blocked there. Hit the land. Give protection here. Now they could Monstrous Rage. I probably should have just blocked on one. So they do have Play with Fire. We have another removal spell. Okay, well, looks like they are dead. So we could return to the ranks for... This is free because of Convoke. We can play this out. Amalia triggers. Gain a life. Get back Wild Growth Walker. As well as Selfless Savior. Tap these down. So we don't necessarily win this turn, but we basically win. So that was a sweet one. Took them down with a lot of interaction. Catch you in the next one. All right, another game. We've played 3 thus far at this point of recording, and all 3 have been against mono red. So let's see if we can play against something else. All right, so combo in hand, turn 3. Opponent does go first. A lot of redundancy in this hand too, so we will keep these literally all mono red. Lets us block the get to this turn. Swifty. I could have Monstrous Rage, but it kind of forces it into them now. So if we hit a land, we could win next turn. I think maybe we play this out. Gives us kind of 2 bodies here. Because if I do need the return to the ranks, having more bodies in play is useful. No blocks. We could have Skewer here, no effects. Do this. I don't have the double white, which is a little annoying. But I could gain some life, so I probably want to go Amalia first. Okay, as expected. I guess I probably should have let on Wild Growth Walker. Just because they might have bolted that, because I don't have the double white now. Actually, I still do. So we can kind of get them that way. They have. No effect there. They might have Skewer. They light up. Land, light up. This is allowing him to dig pretty deep, which is quite advantageous. No effect. So if they tap out here, they're dead. Yeah, they skewer. It's fine. I do 3. 1, 2, 3. This deck's so dumb. Hello! Another victory, another mono red player, just can't keep up. We'll catch you for the next one. Hey, another game. We've had the turn 3 combo basically every game thus far, which is absurd. This hand's a little interesting. So we have part of the combo, so Note Scout can help us dig. We go first. I think we keep. Question is, do I lead on Sinote or do I lead on Luminarch? I think I lead on Sinote. In the dark, so no companion. They could be mono red. Literally every game I've played thus far has been against mono red, so. See there. Sinote is more of a beater early. I think we lead with this. Gives us a higher likelihood finding the line which we want. I also want to get these fast lines out of the way earlier. Probably wrong to attack there, to be honest. So they have an effect here. So I'm going to just Dina here. Because if they have Play with Fire, they can't kill Dina. And it's a reasonable blocker. Okay, so then here, because I have this, it's also pretty good. Lead with Luminarch here. Then Extraction Specialist can find me whatever I kind of lose. I also just have Collected Company. This can help me find another land potentially. Opponent loses a life. Beautiful. No attacks. So Note Scouts on defense. Okay, so they're potentially dead. They are dead. Cool game. Turn 4. And this way here, we have the combo where we just drain them out, so we don't even need to go to combat step. We do have the ability at combat to also kill them, because we are good there. But I'm going to go through motions here. Didn't do enough, died. So I'm going to show, we don't need to do this, but how you want to play this out is in the event that you can't kill that turn, you want to dig for Aether Flux Reservoir. That will allow you to just untap with 50 life and then kill them that way there. Whatever. At this point, we just have them as lethal, so we're just going to keep this on top. They're draining out with each iteration of the loop, and we're going to be at like 100 life. So we kill them with lethal, we kill them with damage, we kill them with just, they're not going to be able to deal that much damage to us in time. And they're dead. So turn 4, it turned slower there, but we were able to get them in any case. Pretty sweet with the deck. All right, jumping into another one. We've got, I had my first Coco PTSD moment where my Coco just didn't hit anything. You hate to see it. So opponent goes first. High diamond player. Notably no black mana, so we are reliant on this Gilded Goose. I'm probably going to lead with the Sinote Scout, though, to help me find the land. Alternatively, I can Gilded Goose into Prosperous Innkeeper. I think a lot of it is going to be predicated on what they keep in their hand. Or what they show. So Gruul Aggro, Gruul Boat. So they could have Bone Crusher Giant, so I'm probably more inclined to finding the land here. Don't need a second Amalia. We're interested in lands. Teamer. Birgi combo. Birgi Elemental combo. So here, I do you. I do you. And Skyclave Apparition. You would have to tap, 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 tap. It's not enough for cord. Might just be dead next turn. Burning Ingus could let him gain infinite mana. They don't have like an out, so they need Risen Reef is usually the card that they'll play. The Mystic. Another Mystic. Okay, all the Mystics. You got it. No blocks. So they have like everything but the combo payoff. Because this is an elemental Risen Reef, you basically go through your whole deck. Okay, so you give me green, green. Kind of annoying because I don't get. So I could try to get the land this way here. Let's try that. Untap land. Got it. Hello. So this time, because not necessarily lethal, they could have like a bounce effect or something. I am going to dig for the Aetherflux Reservoir. And then we kill them that way there. So they basically had the combo set up. They just needed a Risen Reef, and then they basically bounce upkeep, upkeep, upkeep. They dig through their deck, they put a bunch of lands, and they use something like like when a creature comes into play, King of Life, they win through that way there. Another win on the board. So check out the wrap up that we're going to be following up with. All right, popping in one more game. Kind of a little sketchy. We have no way to kind of dig for the combo. We do have elements here, but the problem is we can't double spell. We have a pain land. I think this is a mulligan. Good. We will keep. Actually, an interesting one because I don't have the black mana, so like we gotta keep. I think we're keeping it all. See what they lead on. It's like it's a mirror. Safe here to do this. Oh, it's angels. A deck you haven't seen in a while. So I can Amalia. I can set up for cord. I can do this. No black mana is really annoying because I have to use my food here. Do you think we probably do this? They could have Skyclave Apparition, which would be a little annoying. But what I can do is I can cord Bishop. Got the black source. So what I can do here is 3/2. So I can cord, untap, and then make a food token, gain the life, sweep the board. So I think that's what we will do. The question is, I think we just played Mana Confluence and say go. Johnny's Strength of the Pride. This is one way that they could kind of go over the top of us. Now, notably, this only triggers off angels, so it doesn't do much for them. Now we'll just cord here, make the food token, eat the food token, gains us the life, and then we kill them that way there. So no life gainer, but this is where the Gilded Goose has utility. Because what we're able to do is create the food token, sacrifice the food, and then beat them that way there. So again, we're going to dig for the Aether Flux. It's just good practice. We will get this to 20. They're at exactly 20 life, so they'll die then. We also hit our line drops for like every subsequent turn. Our hand will be full. Making us play it out. It's kind of annoying, but it's one of those things when you play a deck like this, you have to anticipate it. And then we have like basically with Return to the Ranks, the combo back again. So we can just do it again. We're also just at an obscene amount of life. I might just because we are getting to rope. Yeah, I do just want to get to combat, so I'm just going to do this. Match. Victory. Amalia. Right. Catching the wrap up. Wrap up time. So we went 6-2 over our games. We played mono red 5 times. We lost 1 to them, where they had a double flick shot, double Wizard's Lightning version, or they interact with the combo. We had the combo again the subsequent turn, but they had the removal again. They took us down there. We also lost to the mirror, where we had a collected company that could have presented lethal. We saw 6 non-creature cards. They then went to combo us and kill us on the spot. So Amalia really went 7-1 if you factor in the mirror. But the deck was absurd. The fact that you had most games we either won turn 3 or 4. Very redundant combo, a lot of ways to kind of get the combo to pop off. I think just against any of that kind of fair creature deck, stuff like that, you're just going to beat up on them pretty bad. Even just incidental life gain, like shitty creature beats, also works pretty well with them too. There is versions that you can play like the bat, the 2 mana, look at their opponent's hand, that also triggers the lifelink. So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of configure your package with some of the one-ofs in the deck. Again, your Silver Bullet package deck, and then you could just win through like Reservoir, stuff like that. But that is it for today. Let me know what you think of this truncated content, a little bit more cut up, and then just showing some of the highlights. We'll catch you next time. Good luck to those competing in the event.